Hello everyone, welcome to the Common Game Movie Show, and today I have an announcement. Okay, it's less of an announcement, it's more like you should be doing this. I recently started watching this show. Now, I'm going to preference this. If any of you have seen the Taika Waititi classic, What We Do in the Shadows mockumentary, then you know where I'm going here. I recently watched the What We Do in the Shadows TV show on FX. It is one of the most cleverly written, hilarious things I've ever seen. This show is the shit. It is hysterical. I literally just started binging it randomly on FX and I was like, this is hilarious shit, man. This show is so good, and I don't see enough people talking about it. It just got, a few months ago, like a month ago, it got greenlit. It got greenlit for season 3. So I'm gonna just kind of give you a review of seasons 1 and 2, because I'm gonna just do seasons 3 when it comes out. But this show is so freaking. This was the first time. You know how YouTubers do that watch along kind of thing where they like watching it and you can kind of watch it with them and see the reactions to things. I wish I knew how to do that, because I would definitely do that with this show. This show is so freaking good, and like Taika Waititi, you could tell Taika Waititi's behind this. But first of all, the original What We Do in the Shadows is about 3 vampires doing a documentary on it's a mockumentary on the experience of vampires. And the show in the original movie is hysterical. It has Taika Waititi's in it and a couple other characters, and it's hysterical because it's it kind of just points out some of the more ridiculous aspects of what being a vampire would be, and it kind of almost goes out of its way to go, no, eternal life wouldn't make you this smooth motherfucker. It'd make you a weird dude. It'd be a weird dude with weird likes. You wouldn't be like this, like the idea that living for a life of eternity doesn't make you like I say, most horror movies when you talk about vampires, they're either like these just graphic, just disgusting creatures of the night, like 30 Days of Night, or they're like this, or they're smooth and they know what to say and how to lure you in. It's like, no, they'd be just weirdos. They'd be weirdos with likes and dislikes. They'd be dangerous weirdos. That is the definition of the vampires and What We Do in the Shadows. Dangerous weirdos. Because it's like, yes, they are vampires and they will rip your head off and drain you of your blood if given the chance. They'll kill you. I mean, that's what they do. They drink blood. But What We Do in the Shadows is the only franchise, because I can call it a franchise now, because the TV show isn't a TV version of the movie. It's an extension of the movie. It's an entirely new trio of vampires, because that's what a vampire coven is. It's basically just bunkmates. It's basically just people who share a house together. It's just roommates. That's what they are. They're just roommates who it's like, we're a coven. Kind of just roommates. But there are a new trio of vampires. Actually, there's 4 of them, but because they introduce a new type of vampire that I'll get into in a minute. But there's a new trio of vampires, new personalities, new place they're in. They're in Staten Island. They're not where the other vampires in the original movie were from, where it's just a new trio of vampires. In fact, to lean into that, not only is the credits, the theme to the show, the main theme, credits, to the show, the exact song from the original What We Do in the Shadows credit, intro. The intro to this show is the same intro song and almost exact credit style as the original movie. But the original 3 from the movie show up in an episode, nailing home that this isn't a TV version of a movie. This is an expansion on the idea of the movie, and it's so fucking fascinating. So like I said, you got these 3 vampires: Laszlo, Nadia, his wife. Laszlo and Nadia are married, and I think it's Nadir. And Nadir, I think his name's Nadir. And Nadir, Laszlo, Nadia, and Nadir, Nadia or Nadir, and Nadir are the 3 vampires, and Nadir is older than the other 2 by 200 years, but they all are different forms of fucking weird. And they introduce a new vampire, guy named Colin Robinson. That's just pasty skin, glasses, white dude in a cardigan or whatever, in a button-up shirt with glasses, and he is what they call an energy vampire. And apparently energy vampires make up most of the vampire population. Do you know what energy vampires are? Energy vampires feed off of your energy. Go figure. Emotional energy. Either it's anger, sadness, whatever. They feed off of your energy. Which literally he does by just talking to people, by boring them to death. Well, he doesn't bore them to death. He'll like siphon off a piece of their energy by talking to them, and he'll just be like, "Hey guys, you guys care about this and this thing? Yeah, I heard that the weather feels great today." And like you'll just see people going, like he's literally zapping their energy, and like he's a vampire who can go out in the sunlight. And he's a vampire who can feed off of other vampires by zapping their energy. Which you really don't think about, which in the beginning, season 1, you kind of see the concept of how powerful he can be. Because like, at first you're just like, because he doesn't actually kill anyone. He just kind of drains enough energy and then gets out of the room when there's not much left. And, you know, people can just kind of, regain their energy. But apparently if he does it too long, you can die. If he does it too long, you can go into a fucking coma. Not to mention, which he doesn't do, he never does it, not to mention, in season 2, there's an episode where you really see how powerful he can get, and it's terrifying. Like, you're like, holy shit. Like, is that what an energy vampire can do in the right circumstances? But he's not, but it's like, but he's Colin Robinson. I love the way they say his name. It's Colin Robinson. And then you have a familiar named Guillermo. Guillermo is a familiar. He wanted to become a familiar so that he can end up like, so because he was inspired to become a familiar because of Interview with the Vampire, because he saw Antonio Banderas playing Lestat, I can't remember his name in Interview with the Vampire, but he saw Antonio Banderas playing a Hispanic vampire, and he was inspired to become a vampire. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, like the show. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. Because I want everyone to go see it. Like, go see this show. If you got Hulu, if you got FX, if you got On Demand, check out What We Do in the Shadows. It is hysterical. It is fantastic. It is cleverly written. It asks questions that most people don't even think about vampires that don't actually make sense. It asks questions about other things and other, mystical things like werewolves and shit like that just don't make sense, and the way they handle certain situations is just like cleverly written. Like I said, it pretty much like goes, it's a bit ridiculous. It's kind of like Thor. Well, go figure. Taika Waititi did Thor Ragnarok. It's kind of like Thor Ragnarok. I just went, as awesome as that sounds, it doesn't quite make. It's like, what the show is like. The show is like, it's like hearing William Wallace's Braveheart speech. It's like hearing that Braveheart speech. And then someone go, wait a minute, but what about this? But what about this? What about this? And like, you don't want to, and it's like you just completely lighten the mood, and it's true what you're saying, but you're like that's kind of what the show is. The show is a big pointing out the hilarity and just the weirdness of the supernatural stuff in general, and how weird it can be, and how dumb it can be, and how most vampires wouldn't be suave motherfuckers. They just be fucking weirdos. They just be weirdos because they live so goddamn long. Like, it's like, no, you just be a weird dude. I can't say enough. Go check this show out. I would give seasons 1 and 2 the same score. They're getting 10s from me. I love this show. Season 3 comes out, I'm fucking here for it. Love the fucking show. What We Do in the Shadows was amazing. Seasons 1 and 2, together, they get a 10. Thank you guys for enjoying the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. Go check out What We Do in the Shadows. You won't regret it. It's fucking hysterical. Thank you. Have a good day.